Tomorrow might be the last open and free elections in my lifetime. I'm filing a class action lawsuit against Ghost Kitchens. Who else want in? And Twitter has a new Elon to hate this Thanksgiving. Let's go.
I listen to the black guy who
Jordan
tips.
is always on my co-host.
I listen to the black guy who tips because Ron and Karen are on.
Rod, Jordan is always on my co-host.
Oh man, I'm your host Rod. Joined as always my co-host
Karen,
and we're live ready to do some podcasting. You can find us anywhere you find podcasts. Search the Blackout Tips podcast. Official weapon of the show is
the taser,
the unofficial sport,
ball.
the bullet ball extreme. Let's get into it. First and foremost, vote. All right.
Vote.
This ain't a podcast for non-voting people anyway, but
show length.
I'm sure you felt shamed and and mocked for years at this point. But if you hear the sound of my voice, it's just a friendly reminder. Tomorrow is the day to vote.
Yep.
If you haven't voted yet.
If you have not voted yet, vote. Vote no matter what it takes, no matter how inconvenient it is, no matter how long the lines is, you do what you have to do to cast your vote.
Yeah, everybody got different state laws and rules and stuff, but Tuesday, if you haven't done it already, is typically the day that you can do it, the last day. So go ahead and take care of that. I've already seen scuttlebutt about different Republicans are trying to do shit to the election and stuff. I actually feel pretty good about this midterms. I know a lot of people have been feeling bad, but I think it's just anxiety, and we always feel bad.
Right.
Like, I mean, who raise your hand the last time you felt good during a midterm election?
Right.
Not even under Obama did you feel good about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel pretty good about this one because early vote numbers are up. These new white women that decided that they give a fuck because they ain't got the right to abortion no more, they're voting. So I'm actually pretty optimistic about the outcome. And then also the way Republicans are acting, I think the fight's not going to be the votes. I think the fight's going to be the certification of the votes.
Yep.
Because Republicans are acting like they expect to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And they expect, I think they've been pushing this whole, we're not going to believe the results because they know that the results are going to come in for a lot of them are going to lose. And then they're going to say, we don't respect these results. And that's the fight they're setting up, at least to my, this is how I view it. So I don't think it'll be a problem winning as much as I think it'll be a problem with them trying to do every dirty trick to not count those votes, to say, I refuse to concede. This was a trick. This was a trap. We recorded this. We recorded that. Because they're pulling out all the intimidation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We won't, some states are like, you can go ask a motherfucker for they right to vote, right in front of their face at the polling station. So I'm glad that we have, as someone mentioned in chat, we have the DOJ with Merrick Garland under it and not some fucking Republican right now. So I expect there to be a lot of legal challenges and shit. So that's how I'm feeling.
Agreed.
So that's the first point.
Yep.
Vote. Second one. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
No, and my thing is vote and get your ragged ass family members out there, get their ass into the polls to vote too. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who got the biggest mouth and be running their lips but won't vote for shit. You be like, nigga, get your ass out here and vote. So, get on their asses and tell them to vote. Call your family members. Be an advocate, and start with your own family, and get as many people as you can to vote.
The second one, I'm filing a class action lawsuit against Ghost Kitchens. I got last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty upset by it.
Yes, sir.
I was trying to be adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to order me something on DoorDash. I'm going to go pick it up. Okay, I need to get out the house and I'm hungry. And so I said, oh, I've never heard of this restaurant before. Maybe we got a new restaurant in Charlotte. It's called Bird Dogs. And I was like, Bird Dogs? What could that be? And it was like, they take chicken tenders and they put them in hot dog buns. And they put hot dog fixings on the chicken tender. Now, look, that's a 50-50 proposition. I'm not saying I expected it to be good. I had no idea, but I said, hey, new restaurant, if that's their hook, maybe it's good. Show up to the spot to go pick it up. I'm like, I don't see no new restaurant around here. All I see is Buffalo Wild Wings. Now look, Buffalo Wild Wings is delicious when they're paying me to promote pumpkin spice wings. Okay, but this is not. I was paying them to the tune of $25 for hot dogs. I mean, bird dogs and fries. It was a motherfucking Buffalo Wild Wings, dog. That's not okay.
No, that's
You
not okay.
need to put that on the app. I need the apps need to say this not a real restaurant.
Right.
It's a ghost kitchen. And you really about to be getting a remix of the food from somebody else's kitchen.
That
and
you
somebody
probably wouldn't have ordered.
A friend of mine, I think she was trying to be nice. It's like, well, you know, a lot of independent restaurants and people that can't afford to own, you know, restaurants, they use the kitchen of the other people and they send them the ingredients, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, be that as it may, why they gotta lie to me then?
Right.
Just tell me that part. You're supporting an independent business that, like Mr. Beast Burger or some shit. You supporting him, but you're gonna be going to Ruben Tuesdays because you know why I need to know that. You know why I need to know that? Because I don't eat at everybody's house. Okay, you know your aunt with the roaches. If she's made the potato salad, you're gonna be like, I'm good. I don't want that potato salad. I'm good. I know you got the roaches. I seen your roach situation. So you can't trick me and be like, well, no, your other aunt that can cook made the potato salad. She told me how to make potato salad, and I made that potato salad in my roach kitchen. Ma'am, I'm not eating your food. And that's I'm not eating the Buffalo Wild Wings.
And they know that, and that's why they do that. And that's what makes you mad, because it's false fucking advertisement. Because when most people order from the apps, they actually don't go. So a lot of people have probably ordered from ghost kitchens that did not realize that's what they were ordering from. But because
that's what I'm saying,
pick it up. This, you know, I think one time we ordered something, it was Bailey's. I was like, the fuck is we doing at a goddamn Bailey's?
But here's my problem, more just this, for those that are just like, oh no, it's just, what's wrong? You outside in these restaurants? One, yes, but two, more importantly, y'all, when I got home, the motherfucking bag. Now you think, okay, let me get what y'all think the bag was, right? You think it was Buffalo Wild Wings on the side of the bag? No. Oh, that's right. It's a ghost kitchen. So it's probably bird dogs on the side of it. You would think that, right? You would think that. No, it was a motherfucking goddamn Target bag.
It was a Target
bag. The store.
And did not realize that.
Nigga, you did not try.
Did not realize that till we got home.
That mean y'all got a fucking plastic bag full of plastic bags in y'all fucking kitchen on a door handle somewhere. Because I got that. I got that in my house. Everybody got that in their house. Black houses. I don't know what white people do, but black houses, you definitely got a bag full of bags in your house. What you gonna put in a Crown Royal bag, nigga? What kind of shit is this? It's not even a professional style restaurant. You didn't give a fuck. You can't trick me into thinking you gave a fuck. We're trying to help a small business. Did the small business have a fucking Target bag when they gave it to you? What are you gonna put some foil on the next one? Yeah. I want these wings to go. Good. Break out the foil, baby. Give me the aluminum foil.
Yeah, because the thing is, we've actually ate at ghost kitchens before, like places where like it's a building and they share and all that stuff. But a lot of times they use whatever their names are, and they use, you know, it's not like this. Because my thing is, they know that you're not going to order the Chuck E. Cheese, but what you will order is Malarenzo, whatever cheese, and they charge you, instead, like Roger said, instead of $10, they charge you $15. I wouldn't have ordered goddamn Chuck E. Cheese. Tell the truth.
Tricking me. Got 17 different ghost kitchens out there. It's all just Chuck E. Cheese. Oh no, it's Charles Cheddar's. He's different. No, nigga, that's Chuck E. Cheese. I know plastic cheese when I eat it. Stop trying and charging me more and shit.
Charging me more.
Oh, Charles Cheddar's is $17 for the same ingredients. Fuck out of here. You're not tricking me. And then the last thing is news about Elon Musk. So one, he laid off all them people, 3,700 people. He sounded like he might be about to get sued. I don't know.
Yep.
But Twitter's former CEO, Jack Dorsey, is homeboys with Elon Musk and was actually behind one of the people that encouraged him to buy it. And this is after Jack was no longer even running Twitter. Like Jack was, somewhere on a yacht with Jay-Z and Beyonce, but texting Elon Musk like, man, you should buy Twitter because he has this grand vision for Twitter and he thinks he can fucking, it's a white vision. I'll get more than that in a second, but it's a very white vision. And so he kind of was it sounded like shadow advising Elon Musk. Well, Elon Musk has been running Twitter terribly already in the first few days, just making a mockery out of the shit. But in addition to Elon doing that, he laid off all these people. And so Jack took to Twitter to make a thread that was essentially saying, it's my fault that all these people got laid off because I grew the company too fast. And I know people are going to be mad about me and I own my responsibility for that. And he apologized. And yeah, that's definitely part of it. But I know that he wanted Elon Musk to run the company. He said he is the singular solution I trust. That was in April. And Elon Musk has basically been out here fucking shit up for the last weekend, you know.
He's not a smart man, but he gets a lot of us a smart man. He's not smart.
He urges Twitter to vote Republican for the midterms, which honestly, dude, you spent $44 billion to tell us that basic ass libertarian bullshit about if you have a Democratic president, you want a Republican Senate and House. Who still believes that?
Right.
And to what end? They never work together or compromise because Republicans are obstructionists. You're just a right-wing troll at this point. Just admit that that's what you are. That's what you want to be. And you spend all this money with the idea of you were gonna make Twitter a conservative place, and finally we can tell jokes. So he said finally comedy can like exist on Twitter now, and then banned everybody this week because they made jokes and mocked them. People were changing their name to Elon Musk and using their verification to make funny jokes about him. And he said, if you don't say it's a parody, I'm gonna ban you. And he banned all these people. And then when he eventually, when people did do parodies, some of them got banned anyway. Then they brought them back. Some of them got brought back, but their accounts say this account is suspended or it has suspicious activity. Like it's very much like what happened to comedy is back. What happened to that, buddy? You said, not us.
Right. Not us.
And the vote Republican thing is interesting because he also had posted a conspiracy theory about Nancy Pelosi, her husband being attacked, saying that the right-wing conspiracy theory that it was a secret gay lover of her husband. That now keep in mind, reputable news sources went and found this man's internet history and everything that he admitted to in his fucking manifesto and shit. So we know that's not what happened. Now, this is the dude that's supposed to be in charge of one of the largest platforms where a lot of people get information from, where he laid off people that do fact checking on real-time fact checking on Twitter, because it's a very dangerous, irresponsible weapon to have if you're not going to have it fact checked.
Right.
And this is what he chose to do with his mantle of leadership. It's even worse than his dumbass idea of charging people for a blue check. This is dangerous.
Very.
You know, so he's running into the ground and just looks like a fucking idiot. But yeah, the whole, you know, and it's that libertarian white man shit. So this is why I say I'm gonna get on a bit of a more of a tangent. I'll probably be talking for a while, but it reminds me of this book I read after the gig. I interviewed the author on our spinoff podcast where I used to do just like interviews, medium talk. And I read the book, and the thing about it that stuck out to me is all these Silicon Valley startup things, right? Airbnb, Uber, even Twitter, even the social media ones, Facebook even. They all purport to solve some problem in society that just technology or freedom will solve. And it's always that deregulation will be the solution. And it always attributes this neutrality to human beings as if everyone means well and everyone will do well. It's just the system is making us do wrong, or we're just confused and stuff. You know, it's a very white way of thinking. And it's not coincidental that the people who come up with these ideas and get funding for them are white men.
Right.
Straight white men.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of them not that fucking smart. You know, like people gave Michelle Obama way too much shit for her saying, when they go low, we go high.
Mm-hmm.
And they never gave her enough credit for, I've been at every powerful table you can think of. They are not that smart. And that's why I keep thinking, when you see Elon essentially be the emperor with no clothes, people been just giving this guy a he's smart pass because he got money.
Right.
Not even worried about how he got the money, what he did for the money, if he actually invented anything, if he took credit for things, what were the holes in the things, how does he treat people?
Right.
It's just, in America, this is what capitalism is. The person who amasses the most money, it must be the best person. And people essentially believe in that bullshit. Even knowing with people that have been boxed out of generational wealth, legacy, people invest, the kind of racial shit that goes into investing, the racialized way that is, or it's like, oh, we didn't think these black women could do a startup, so we didn't want to give them as much seed money as this white man, or Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos, where she was a blonde white woman, and
scamming the shit out of everybody.
Old white man was like, I think she needs $1 billion, even though this thing couldn't possibly exist.
Yep, Bernie Madoff in that scheme.
Right, you're just selling me an idea, and I like the mouth it's coming out of. And so when it comes to like Jack, even, who I think Jack is a better person than Elon Musk, but he's still a straight white dude. They don't get it.
Because they never had to deal with certain things.
Their ideas are all based upon a premise of being a straight white dude. We should all be able to just have free speech and talk to each other. Okay, but what happens when your platform then becomes hate speech?
Right.
When do you pull the plug on hate speech? Because that's what we find out with all these people. And it's always after danger. It's always after consequences. It's, oh, they stole a fucking election. And then Facebook is like, we gotta stop letting people get in these groups and talk about running up on the Capitol building. Well, now that's after January 6th. People been canaries in the coal mine telling you about your platform. Black people, specifically women, marginalized people, Muslim people, LGBTQ people, they've all been yelling to you, hey, your platform's kind of vile, and it's letting these vile people group up and do horrible shit. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, come on, guys. We want free speech, and it's just gonna, because no one's ever gonna say a thing to a straight white dude that can really motherfuck them in the way that nigger's gonna always get me, Right. And when it is turned at you, like Elon Musk is having right now, he's banning people. Right? Like he was Mr. I'm gonna let Trump back on, but I'm banning people for making fun of me. Like, you never had a concept of this. There was no thought behind this. You thought it was gonna go for you on the default setting of easy, of rookie mode on Madden, because you're a white dude, and that's what the fuck life has been set for you as. You can't even imagine all Madden for my black ass, or you, or any other person. He can't imagine that. So their limited fucking imaginations always end us in the same fucking place, because they're capitalists who are hiding behind the word socialist rhetoric, pretending that they're going to solve the world's ills, when all they really want is capitalism with deregulation. It's just capitalism with less steps. It's the same fucking shit. Think about all these companies, Airbnb, the racism of the hotel industry, and then they fucking gentrify your whole fucking neighborhood. You can't buy a fucking apartment because they renting all the fucking apartments out in your neighborhood. All the black and brown people got to move out. They won't. The Airbnb hosts don't have to rent to black and brown people because there's no fucking regulation.
Correct.
Because there's never been a law passed, because no one had conceived of this, and because they do shit to dodge stuff like having to pay employees to run a hotel, having to have federal regulations that you comply to. They just dodge that kind of shit because they're like, we're not really a business. We don't even own the hotel. It's a person who's giving us money to rent out their hotel on our app. Uber, taxi drivers are racist. Uber is racist. You find out, it takes a few months, you do a study, the Uber drivers are racist. So what really fucking changed for my black ass other than now I'm paying you? And then you don't have to pay your employees because they're not really your employees, right? Like, that's the kind of shit that they do. And they hide it behind this socialism and this flowery hippie language, and we're going to disrupt the marketplace. And all it is this shit all over again. And that's why it's fuck Elon Musk. You know what I mean? And honestly, it's fuck Jack too, because Jack thought this shit was good. He thought this shit was hot, and Jack did all this shit where it was like, I'm gonna listen to these people, I'm gonna listen to that people, but at the end of the day, they're never gonna listen to you more than they're gonna be a white dude. Ever. They're never gonna just take your fucking word for it and be like, maybe I shouldn't go down that road. Maybe I don't put the conservative troll Elon Musk in charge of this platform. You love Twitter, not me. You're the one that's gonna let this man drag your shit into the fucking ground. And you helped him. You gave him the gasoline draws and said, here's the bus ticket to hell. Good luck.
Yep. And, I don't know what the future holds, but I could see if it continues to do this, it's going to be a MySpace. It's going to be a Black Planet where you're going to have a mass exodus. And similar to Facebook, there are a lot of people that use Facebook, but there is a mass exodus out of Facebook. You have no young people on it, which means you're not going to have any growth or anybody to stick around for the longevity. They're going to literally move on to something else.
Yeah, man. So it's fucked up, man. It's fuck him, especially. It's so stupid. It's just, it's honestly, man. If white people didn't worship this fucking simple ass dude, man, like how many times have he got to just fucking embarrass the shit out of people before they like maybe he not a good dude,
right? Like, how he treats his employees and shit,
the SNL shit, the racism at Tesla, the fact that when when there was a pandemic, this motherfucker violated the pandemic and made people come into work.
Yes, he did.
And then was like, I'm moving my company to Texas because they ain't got no laws, because fuck the people that work for me.
Right.
Like he just seems like a piece of shit. And it's infuriating to watch this dude, continue to get like the benefit of the doubt over and over again. This shit is not cute. So yeah, fuck that dude. Anyway, let's get into some other news. Oh wait, those are my random thoughts. Did I have any more? I feel like I had more.
Go ahead.
Give me 1 second. I think I did. Oh yeah. Do y'all know Hot Stuff by Donna Summer is about sperm?
You telling me that? I was like, yep.
Think about it, guys.
I want that hot stuff. Hey.
Honestly, almost every song from the 80s and 90s in R&B is about some nasty ass sex.
Ain't it though? Just the way they sing it.
Like,
I need that hot stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Hot stuff is definitely sperm, right? What else could the hot stuff be?
Come on. What else could the hot stuff be?
Because I don't think it's just the dick. You know what I mean? Stuff feels less about dick and feels more about
just the stuff that come out of it.
Yeah. So I think Donna Summers is on some freak shit. You know what I mean?
A lot of those songs, if we listen to them, they might not be as explicit as time goes on, but they sing about the nuances.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I was just one day I was listening to like this playlist I have, and we was coming home from the game, and as I was listening to songs, I was just like, every last one of these songs is like about some weird sexual shit. It just is what it is, man. It don't even matter. I'm looking at the list right now. Every last one of these songs, I could just be like, yep, that's probably about some fucking something like that.
What's on your list?
All right, I'll just close my eyes and pick randomly. Mercedes Boy, Pebbles. That's definitely about her.
Do you want to ride in my Mercedes? But Ryan, yes, with me.
Just talking about riding that pussy, probably.
Come on, riding that dick.
Do you want to ride this pussy in this Mercedes? Let me know. Juicy Fruit by MT
Yes, Juicy Fruit.
This probably about like vaginas or something. That's the juiciest fruit.
Juiciest fruit.
Okay, I'm telling you, these niggas was freaks, man. Anytime they try to judge our music, just remember this. These motherfuckers are just as nasty.
Yeah, ever since
they just said it different.
Right, ever since we went to that cookout and with your grandma Peg and them, and they did stand up here, and I said, don't y'all niggas ever say nothing about my music no more.
They probably all about sex. All Night Long, Mary Jane Girls. That's about fucking all night long.
All night long.
Shout out to Lionel Richie. Probably him too.
All night long.
You can't trick me, man. Y'all motherfuckers is nasty. I'm just saying. Anyway, the other things I was thinking about throughout the week. Pull up the right document. I think we should replace the term loose cannon with Nick Cannon. And here's why.
Oh no.
I think it can fit in every situation that you think of loose cannon. You know, like if you have like a police officer who's really been above the board, like just been beyond the pale when it comes to abuse, and it's that end of the second act in the movie, and the black police chief is very upset, and he's like, "Listen to me, Robinson. You're going too far this time. I can't protect you anymore. I put my neck on the line for you, and this is how you do it. I'm gonna need your badge, and I'm gonna need your gun." And it's like, you can't do that. You shut the fuck up. You go home and you stay away from this case. You a real Nick Cannon right now. And I don't got time for your Nick Cannon bullshit when it comes to the law. It works.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works.
That's hilarious.
Just as well. You know, and I think his behavior kind of mirrors that. So another thing, I'll be glad when tomorrow's over, because win or lose, I need these motherfucking political ass to stop.
Yes, sir. You ain't never goddamn lied. I'm tired of them motherfuckers. Them in the emails. I'm tired of them.
I can get text from everybody.
Text, email.
Hey, big head, it's Sherry Beasley. You up? Mm-hmm. You voted yet? Yes, I voted. Can you tell your friends to vote? Nigga, I have a podcast. That's all I do. My whole day is vote. That's all
I tell people.
I wake up in the middle of the night and I just call people. You voted yet? Well, hey, son, how you doing? My mom, did you vote?
Did you vote?
Oh, and then the thing for me with the political ads, because I'm not really, I know it's the reputation of the political ads that's bothersome for a lot of people, and that's definitely part of it. The part for me is the lies.
Right.
It's gotten too out of control.
And the thing is, they be like, "Are you white? Are you scared? You should be scared. That shit out there, that's scary. Vote for us if you want to keep the scary away." That's literally what every goddamn commercial what the GOP says.
Listen, and it be working, because white people fear is out of control.
Ain't it though?
Like they just really be having like a white woman sitting at the counter of her kitchen talking to a camera and being like, "When Sherry Beasley allowed me to be raped," you like, what? That didn't happen.
Right.
That didn't happen. Why is it legal?
Not happen.
Why is it legal for you to make an ad that says that?
And honestly, too.
This is why I'll say fuck y'all for the picking on Michelle Obama about that. Let's go, we go high. It's because Democrats can't do that. There's you wouldn't vote for a Democrat that had a fake ass ad that lied. You'd be like, man, fuck them. We got to stick in the truth. You can't join them in the lie.
And even if they're telling the truth, if we cross a certain line, they'll be like, you picking on them.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on these niggas, Karen.
Right.
I wasn't even gonna go there, but you right.
But my thing is,
you right.
The truth, but it's like
right.
It has to be a certain type of truth.
Yeah.
Presented in a certain way, presented in a certain manner, wrapped up a certain way, and then everybody's go, yeah.
Yeah, you can't be like, this nigga voted against gay marriage, but his whole son is gay.
Right.
Like you can't even say that. But like, why are you bringing up his child? Okay, we need to win fair and square. We're like Batman. Okay, we win by giving people light concussions and turning them into the police. You're like, okay. Anyway, it's the lies. The lies for the Republicans is so bad, and they use every buzzword.
Yep,
they use every fucking negative buzz. It's just Sherry Beasley is helping woke Nancy Pelosi defund the police with cancel culture. I'm Ted Budd and I approve this message.
Yes, that's how the commercials go.
Like that, what? That doesn't even happen. Those things can't happen together.
Right. It be like, I'm Sean. I'm what is it? The dude in Georgia. I'm Sean Kemp. Like, I'm Sean Kemp. Are you afraid of the dark?
Sean Kemp played basketball for the Seattle Sonics.
What is that man's name?
Brian Kemp?
Brian Kemp, Lord. Brian Kemp. Wrong one. Well, Brian Kemp is going to be like, are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of black people? Well, there's a black woman that won't take over. You should be scared.
Yeah,
vote for me.
It's Stacey Abrams is gonna critical race theory your white child in the right.
She gonna make your kids feel bad about history.
Yeah, it's just God, man. It should at least have to be true. Sherry Beasley once went down to the jail, opened up the jail on her own, and opened up with the keys, beat up all the sheriffs, and said "fuck the police," and then led them on a march to rape all the white women. You're like,
But that did not happen.
why isn't the FCC or somebody stepping in to be like, that's not factual and you can't air that?
No,
You know?
you can't. And
like-
it be from them packs too.
Yeah, brought to you by Moms Against Liberty, or it was Moms Against Hatred. And it's like this whole thing is about hating.
It's the opposite. They're them opposite names you be talking about.
All right, the woke LGBTQ is gonna come to your kid's school and do a drag show and make them eat out of a litter box and wear furry costumes.
They're gonna pump critical race theory
And
in
here's
your
a-
child's brain.
And here's a darkened picture of Val Demings, because
Right, they purposely darken shit. Yeah, they do.
nothing scarier than the darkest shade of Fenty. Nothing. Clearly that person is it's just in this shit.
Right.
Oh
So
my
glad.
God. If they win with this, it's just because white people are racist. It's nothing we did.
Right.
Like that means we can't win. If they win, that just means we can't win because lying to white people is stronger than the truth to everybody else.
Right.
Like people keep talking about Democrats need to make sure people understand. Who the fuck is dumb enough to not understand?
Right.
Who don't understand? Have y'all met somebody that just don't understand right now?
Nope. And something, and I don't care how anybody feels about this, and something at all. And it's not that bad because it's midterm, but they talk about them anyway. But particularly for the presidential election, I don't want to hear about no goddamn undecided voter. Bitch, you know who you gonna vote for. Don't waste our motherfucking time.
Yeah, I haven't even seen those in the last couple of years because who the fuck is undecided now?
Right.
They probably it probably costs too much money to find them now. Another random thought: everyone who can't drive needs to invest in a "Please Be Patient" student driver sticker for their car. You're welcome. Okay, you know you can't drive. You know who you are. Put that sticker on your car, and then we'll be like, "Oh, they just learning. That's why they can't drive. They don't know what the fuck they doing." And the last thing is some advice for people. I normally don't give relationship advice, but this is one I discovered, and I think y'all will find it infinitely helpful as I did. And don't tell me I tried this, it didn't work. I don't believe you. You're a fucking liar. You did it wrong. Go back and do it again. Okay. So my new thing is, and it's annoying. I'm sure y'all all deal with this shit. If you watch things together as a couple, and there's always one person in the couple, even though y'all both watching the same fucking thing together, just gotta ask you a question like you fucking wrote the shit. like you, I'm not naming no names, but it's like
just at me next time.
I didn't say you. It's always one person in the couple that act like you seen this and this your third time seeing it when it's you just hit play the way they hit play. And they'll be like, oh, why is this guy wearing this in this scene? And I found a solution because it bothers me no end because I'm trying to watch it to find out. And I don't know if y'all have heard of this, but if the way time works, typically, if you let the thing play, they answer the question within a few minutes. They know that the audience
is waiting for
has questions because that's called writing. But you know what I've taken time to do now to cut this out, and it hasn't happened in a few weeks now, so I assume it worked. Pause the fucking show that they're watching and you're watching and discuss it. Just had the discussion. You don't know. They don't know. It'll become apparent that they don't know. And normally what they say is, well, you can go ahead and hit play. Don't hit play. Keep discussing it. You only got to do this a couple times. But just keep going. And it's like, no. We're not having watching time. We're having talking time now. So you don't want to know what happens on Andor as much as you want to talk about Andor. So let's just fucking talk about it and we'll not know together for a long ass time. Or we could alternatively hit play and find out together. I'm just saying it works. Oh, how come he not wearing his shield? Pause. Why do you think he's not wearing? I mean, he could. Maybe he left it at home. Maybe he forgot the shield. Could be that it's a disguise. Maybe this is a doppelganger, and this is not even. Well, you can hit play. No. Maybe it's an alternate universe version of him. They didn't tell us, and he don't got the shit. Or it could. Well, let's get it. No. It could be a flashback. What if we watching him before he got powers, and he didn't have the shield, and we can just. It's no need. Like no. Let's talk about it. You're like, no, you can hit play now. I don't know, baby, no.
Right?
What's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? You have questions.
Yes,
and I'm just trying to answer the questions.
And I want them to show me.
They were going to show us, but that wasn't good enough. No, you want to talk about it. Let's talk.
With you.
This is what love and relationships is all about. Communication.
Don't y'all believe
communication.
Him.
That's what is important. That's the key.
Not this type of communication.
Let's break it down. Okay, maybe somehow they made a mistake in the editing and they forgot to put his shield on. I don't know. But me not knowing shouldn't stop us from talking it to death.
I don't want to talk about it.
Fuck learning and reading it. Let's just discuss it. And honestly, if anyone don't agree with this, they one of these ask a question motherfuckers. And I have no sympathy for them. Everybody on the other side of this that keep having to deal with the question askers, y'all are welcome. Y'all, because I know y'all listening like, thank you, right? I had never thought this is fucking brilliant. And the question askers are like, I just want to interrupt the thing so you can't hear what they saying at the same time that I'm asking this question. And now we both don't know what the fuck is happening. Y'all welcome.
Whatever.
Anyway, it's time to get into some news. Infrared crypto coming through. All right, let's talk about it. Polish leader blames country's low birth rate on young women drinking too much. Bitches do be drinking.
Maybe they don't want to have kids because it's expensive as shit.
Well, Karen, if they weren't, it wouldn't be expensive if they weren't buying all that drinking.
Maybe they don't want to have kids and might not have health care.
Well, maybe the kids will have health care. They could afford it if they weren't drunk.
Maybe they want to have sex just for the enjoyment of sex and they don't want.
How they enjoying it when they drunk? Okay, they need to get sober so they can really feel the full experience.
There's a lot of sober women who don't have kids and don't want kids.
Oh, here we go. So now we just gonna get to the truth. You just gonna throw the whole truth out there like that?
Yeah, because they're talking about specifically. They talk about women, like for this one. Yeah.
Oh, men can drink and be fathers and beat their kids and shit. In remarks which have sparked outrage and have been branded as insulting to women,
right.
Jaroslaw Kaczynski also said the average man to develop alcohol has to drink excessively for 20 years and a woman only 2. Because women can do 10 times as much as a man. You see what I'm saying?
Where did this study come from?
I think he may have made this study up.
No shit.
Young women drinking too much is partly to blame for Poland's low birth rate, and country's ruling party has said. The country's ruling party leader has said. In remarks which have sparked outrage and have been branded as insulting to women, Jaroslaw Kaczynski said he does not favor very early motherhood because a woman must mature before having children. The leader of the populist ruling party, Law and Justice, said if women abuse alcohol up to the age of 25, then it's not a good prognosis in these matters. And here it is, something necessarily to say a little openly, some bitter things if, for example, the situation remains such that until the age of 25, young girls drink the same amount as their peers, there will be no children.
That's stupid.
When
people get drunk and have sex and have babies, like it actually increases.
Here's my favorite line so far. I'm really sincere supporter of women's equality, but I'm not a supporter of women pretending to be men and men pretending to be women, because this is something completely different. So is that like a swipe at trans people, or is he saying alcohol consumption is gendered? Like a woman drinking a lot is being a man.
That's not true. It's a lot. There's a lot of women that can drink you up under the table. That's
Being a
100%
man is
woman.
a state of alcohol consumption, Karen. We all know this.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes you be with your girl and she drank too many of the 6-pack. You like, oh, here she is being a man. Ma'am, that is your third beer, or should I say, sir? Because we know men are the only ones
that could drink like that.
Get
the fuck out of here. Honey, I know women that would drink a man underneath a table. Get the whole hell out of here.
He made this comment at this weekend as he traveled around the country seeking to rally support for his party ahead of next year's parliamentary. This is how you rally support? Yeah, I'll tell you how we get the women on our side. Tell them stop drinking so damn much.
And get to having these babies.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Opposition politicians and other critics accused the 73-year-old lifelong bachelor, so he ain't married himself. They accuse him of being out of touch and himself partly responsible for the low birth rate in the Central European nation of 38
Yeah, where your
people.
babies then? Since we all talking about babies, where yours?
73-year-old, no fucking marriage, no kids, it sounds like.
Right, but
what is he talking about?
Tell me, kiss my ass.
That's, you know what, we just found out why he thinks he ain't got no kids. Because these bitches be drinking.
Mm-hmm. Every time I go to the club, I gotta deal with the drunk bitches.
Right. I would have been had some kids there, just slow down a little bit. Damn. When one government representative argued on a TV talk show that alcohol's influence on fertility is actually a legitimate matter for the debate, and the opposition politician Kamala Pihowicz responded, "This is not a debate; it's insulting Polish women."
Right? The fuck is this?
Man, the shit that be up for debating these fucking, it's like, this is the shit you hear in like the lobby of a dorm room.
Mm-hmm. All of it is, at the end of the day, is about controlling women all across the world.
But it's not. It's just that's not deeper science. It's not he's pulled out some study or some numbers.
Mm-hmm. It's making shit up because it sounds good.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. The world's dirtiest man dies at 94 years old in Iran. He died a few months after his first wash. He didn't bathe for half a century and reportedly ate roadkill and smoked a pipe filled with animal excrement. I mean, if that's what it takes to make it to 94, ain't nobody gonna make it. If that's the only way to get there.
Antibacterial soap took him out?
I mean, they don't know. It was months after his first bath. So, I mean, he probably died from some more dirt. It didn't sound like he was taking daily baths after that. It sounded like he took one bath and died months later. I don't even think that's connected. But yeah.
He was too clean.
He was covered in soot, living in a cinder block shack. He was poorly, did not bathe with water or soap for more than 60 years.
Woo.
Villagers said he had experienced emotional setbacks in his youth that led him to refuse to wash. In 2014, the Tehran Times said that he would eat roadkill, smoke a pipe filled with animal excrement, and believed that cleanliness would make him ill. They showed that he smokes multiple cigarettes at once.
Damn.
But somebody finally got him to take a bath.
And it took him on out. It took him on to glory.
Yeah, and then a few months after that, he died.
Guess he was right then.
I don't know, and I don't think it's related.
Oh no, I'm just joking.
So I'm gonna go with everybody should still take showers and baths, and probably don't do what this guy did.
I would say, and they know.
Yeah, he would reject water in favor of what he called a fire bath. Every evening, as villagers gather, he lights a bonfire, smokes marijuana, and stands on his leg praying to Lord Shiva. He says, just like using water to take a bath, fire bath helps kill all the germs and infections in the body. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
He wouldn't. Don't sound like he was out there.
I'd rather stick with the water. Jalen Rose apologizes for comments on Ime Udoka's alleged affair. So Ime Udoka was, and I don't know if it's still current. It sounds like enough people have pushed back now that hopefully it's not going to happen. But he was the coach that the Brooklyn Nets were going to hire to replace Steve Nash. And when I say this shit happened in like an hour 30, like Steve Nash was fired and people was tweeting about the new coach is Ime Udoka within like 90 minutes on Twitter. It's like the Celtics have given permission to interview him. They said they don't want nothing back in return. You can just have him. And the Nets are like, we're going full steam ahead. And just recently, and I was like, this sounds fucking crazy. We don't even know what this man did. We just know it's bad enough for them to suspend him for a year. We do have the rumors of it was at some point became harassment. And the initial, it was consensual stuff. Not everyone agrees. So you will need to do some due diligence beyond, we know he's a good coach, unless you just throw women at your organization under the fucking bus and be like, we just want a coach. We want a good one. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
Also, so much for that. His career is ruined and he's embarrassed. They was about to do this shit. Like, for a person with a ruined career, do you think they will be down on your list where we're going to interview several candidates and see? No, this nigga, they was like him right away. Number one on our list. And if this is just the first team to fire their coach, it's going to be other teams that consider this within this year.
Yes, it is. So something happened that didn't go through, or they still negotiating? Or
well, now they're saying, the rumor is there's been pushback from the women in the organization saying, we don't want you to do this.
Right.
Y'all need to vet him better than this than just throwing him out here. And so now it's looking like Joe Tsai, who's one of those owners that wants to stand for something. He was the guy that owns the New York Liberty and made a big deal out of getting them on private jets and stuff out of like equality's sake. So they're basically like, yeah, you can't be the guy that does this and claim you support women. You got to at least do some research. It's going to be a press conference. They're going to ask him about it. They're going to ask you why you thought it was okay to hire him. Y'all need to have good answers.
Yes, you need to have good answers. And it's also, what do you do if this shit repeats itself and it happens here?
All right. So the first thing that happened was on NBA Countdown, Jalen Rose says, we know his name, Ime Udoka. Maybe I'm missing something as it relates to the law, but why we don't know her name? It's not like she's a minor. I think we should know her name publicly as well. 90 minutes later, they had to film like a apology that he made.
It's like, because of the structure, and it's internal, and it's somebody superior over somebody else. Like,
yeah,
it's a little bit more to it than you just know their name. So she could be harassed.
So let me know if y'all can't hear this, or y'all hear echo, but this is what he...
Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made.
First of all, I love that he starts it with, I'm Jalen Rose. It's TV. There's a cryon under his name. We've been watching the program with him on it, but I love that he started like almost like a political ad. I'm Jalen Rose, and I approve this message.
Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I question why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA cover.
Right. You can't just release that information.
It was succinct. It was a full-throated apology. I appreciate it from the dude. I feel like this should be vindicating Malika Andrews, I believe it was, who had that falling out, quote unquote, on the air with Stephen A. Smith. But if Jalen Rose has to apologize for saying it, then that means the only reason Stephen A. ain't have to apologize because he's Stephen A. Because it was wrong. If it's wrong for Jalen to say, it was wrong for Stephen A. to say.
Yes.
To be frank. And they and understandably people get upset when they hear somebody call out like, we gotta tell her name. It's because the whole consensual thing is coming from his side of shit and coming from this idea where we're treating everybody as fucking equals, where it's like, if you're the boss, it don't get to be equal.
No, it don't, because you have a form of power.
Yeah, like anybody that can like fire somebody should not be able to just be like, we together now. Right. You know what I mean? or just when things go wrong, I disagree. I don't think I do need to stop talking to you. It's like, well, you're also my fucking boss. What am I gonna do about that?
Right. I have no power in this situation.
So, all right. Well, let's get
And
into
they're going to investigate, and more things may come out. So, when people get these strong opinions, you have to, watch yourself, because you don't never know what additional information may come out.
Exactly. All right. Let's get into some fucking with black people.
We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with black people. Hey, hey,
it's also funny now I think about it, how often we've normalized it at this point. We'll say, don't shit where you eat. Don't be trying to fuck people at your job. And then the second a man we like gets in trouble, we be like, now why is he in trouble? It's like, did we mean the first part about you shouldn't do this?
Right. And a lot of companies have rules on their book about this, and they go, we either don't want you dating people in your department or whatever at all, or somebody that's below you, or a lot of departments say, if y'all are, you have to let us know. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it.
All right, fucking with black people. University of Kentucky student was arrested for attacking a black student worker and repeatedly calling her racial slurs in an ugly episode that was caught on video. I think I have it here. I guess people could hear the audio, so I'm gonna just keep doing what I was doing. I don't know if y'all can hear, but she's drunk, stumbling. She's this black woman, a black student in a Kentucky sweatshirt hoodie, is holding both of this white girl's hands so she can't like hit her, because it looks like the white girl wants to hit her or something,
right? And
is struggling, and the girl just said, "You're a nigger bitch."
I hope. Could you stop, please? No.
And the black girl put it on TikTok with the caption of, "This is what I have to deal with at work."
Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm gonna go see the girl. You're a bitch. Oh, gee. I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly. And you're Thank you. Thank you. You're a bitch. Yeah. I got the phone video. Me too. I got the phone. You're a bitch.
Every beep is her saying nigger, by the way.
You're trying to get me to get her to like get chairs and things. No, I'm drunk. You're drunk. You're a bitch.
So yes, and you can tell she's talking to people like bystanders and stuff, like they need to get her somewhere because she's drunk and they need to get security on her or whatever. Like, so the student is Sophia Rosing. She was arrested. She's 22 in a residence hall just for 4 a.m. on charge of public intoxication, assault, disorderly conduct, and assault on a police officer.
So she's out there fighting everybody.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly is like, I already know how people feel watching this. I feel very much the same. I get it. You want to like see somebody knock her the fuck out or whatever, right? But to be honest, she wasn't in no fucking condition to fight. She was like nothing. She wasn't gonna harm anybody because she was just so fucking drunk.
Right.
It would have really just been knocking her the fuck out for being on your goddamn nerves, saying some racist shit. Like it wouldn't have been like I was in danger. It's the kind of thing we would wink, wink, say you was in danger when you was in court, but you wasn't in danger. You know what I mean? So, but of course, I don't really like doing the whole, I would have knocked that bitch out. I don't like doing it because to me, it always shits on the black person who it happened to.
Yes, right. Something that irritates me, black people ought to have the freedom to respond however they want to. Some people fight or flight kicks in. Some people's freeze. some people, we respond all types of ways.
Yeah, you should never feel less than for your survival instinct.
Right.
Like, it's not like she did something to black people, or it's like by the nature of this person coming at her, she has now had the spotlight put on her. And I'm going to try to be consistent with this. You know, this is what I felt about Christian Cooper too.
Me too.
It becomes an indictment on your blackness for having racism happen to you.
Right. And that's why I said if he chose not to participate in the system, that's his choice. He should not be forced to. Every time something happens to a black person, I am not obligated to be an advocate for
like
this
she was
thing.
at work. I don't know what the rules are for her job. I have no idea. You know, a lot of these jobs, you know, I remember when I worked at Media Play and they put me by the door for security. And one of the fucking first things they show you in the video is never chase anybody, never hit anybody. Like, we gonna fire you. So like, I can't be like, well, you know what, man, I was at work and this man said da, so I just whooped his ass. They'd be like, yeah, that's cool, you fired. You know, sorry that happened to you, but yeah, it's part of you fired. And we ain't had GoFundMe back then, so I would have just been fired.
Right.
But yeah, in disturbing videos posted on social media, Rosen refused to help. Instead, tried to hit and attack Spring while repeatedly calling the N-word. She tried to check on the woman, but was instead attacked and pelted with disgusting vitriol because they saw the girl being highly intoxicated. And so the person that was the girl who was the black woman who was working at the front desk was like, yeah, let me go help this person.
Just having a dorm?
Yes.
Okay, so this must have been an RA.
Yeah.
Okay, right. She's like, I'm just doing my job, which is to actually protect your safety because I don't want anything to happen with you while I am on the clock.
Right. Police eventually show up and cuff Rosing, but even that didn't stop her racist tirade. Hey, guess what? You're going to jail. The arresting officer told the vile student who refused to provide her name. She repeated the N-word in a sing-songy tune. Spring said Rosen even kicked her and bit a police officer, kicked and bit a police officer, resulting in leading to a charge of assault on the officer.
Right. They're going to charge you for that.
Right. The school said its Office of Student Conduct is making an immediate review, and the student success teams have reached out to the victims to offer support.
And if it's one of those things where this person is not a visitor and happen to stay on dorm, I would kick him off campus immediately. Like you can have the classes, but you cannot stay on our campus.
Yeah. So I don't even know. I mean, other than kicking her out, I don't know what else is going to be done or could be done. I think one thing I've come to the conclusion, and I know I'm a bit of a maybe cynical person, a pragmatist when it comes to this, but I don't really think a lot of these institutions can stop this. Like, I think, especially with young people, you know, it makes them feel good to, you know, to have like somebody to point at and be like, why haven't y'all stopped this? But, you know, I remember I was listening to this long form piece, the Sunday Daily, you know, podcast, and it was about this school and this university where these students got into it over a safe space room that was supposed to be about, you know, for black people and people of color. And there was just so much that just so many things that went not just wrong, but just typical, you know. They didn't put up a signage in the area to say that that's what the room was for. So people was just in there chilling, thinking it was a study hall type thing and going to class. And one kid came in with like the Thin Blue Line or Blue Lives Matter shirt or something, who didn't know if he's to be believed, which honestly after listening to it, I do believe him. He didn't even know that space was supposed to be something. Like, he just sat down to study. Some white conservative dude that is with the shits started egging it on. A black girl who was or a black person that's a activist type person got into it with the blue shirt dude and all that, and it just escalated, moved to online. People were harassing online. Tucker Carlson was talking about it on his fucking show, so you know his people was trolling. And I totally understand how bad it looked, blah blah, but it got to the end and it was like, and the university didn't do enough to protect us. And I was like, but you're in a fight.
Right.
A university can't protect you from a fight.
Right.
Like you can't like throw punches because it was, they was, because the black people were also going online and talking shit and adding and targeting the white dudes even after they had apologized or whatever.
It was like everybody having a fight, everybody brawling. Like
it was, we're gonna dox him and get him fired, and then but he doxed me and now I feel my life is in danger. It's like like you're in a fight. Conflict is not abuse. This isn't him like bullying you. It's you choosing to fight these people. But it just the main part that felt a little jarring was the conclusion they reached was somehow it was the university's fault for not doing enough. And I was like, when you're fighting online people, there's no university in the world that can stop those people.
Right. And not trying to be funny, it's one of those things where it reminds me of the Facebook group. When we was over it. Them niggas got in there, they fell out with each other, and then they want to run to you and be like, well, Roderick, solve it. Right. And it's like, but some of these situations require actual police and actual outside things, which is outside my jurisdiction.
So and I'm like I said, I'm not against these kids or whatever, but in this case, I'm totally understand and feel bad for this girl, but I also don't know that the university can stop it. I just think what the university can do is after it happens, how do they handle it? Are you going to kick this person out of the school? Are you going to try to have some conferences, diversity and inclusion? Are you going to bring some speakers in? Like that kind of stuff I think you can do, even if you designate a space, like how much authority are you giving people in that space, stuff like that. So there's things they can do, but I don't think it'll ever be safe. I just think like they can do all that stuff, and then some white girl can still get drunk and call you the N-word, and it won't be a fucking thing they can do because it's not like we just didn't say we were against that enough. And racist people love hearing like, oh, the university is against it. I'm sorry, I didn't know I could. I won't be racist here. So anyway, that being said, 0 to 100.
Oh, this still gets a 100. But it's just one of those things to where the university can do things, but they are still a university and they are limited in what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, I give it 100 too, because I'm just sick of this shit. And I'm gonna always be mad about it. That black woman wasn't doing nothing but her job. And the part that really makes it 100, because like the initial incident, it's foul, but it sounds like it's gonna be handled, and we'll see if they don't suspend or kick this girl out of school, but I doubt they won't. You know what I mean? It's the secondary part of having to see after you post this, everybody calling you some type of punk, soft, it's some type of like you the problem, and it's like victim blaming, and I just don't get how we haven't moved past that as black people to be like, nobody wants to hear that you would have killed the person. Like, I don't know what, anyway.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now, you niggas is lying. Everybody be like, I do this and I do that, blah, 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 blah. You know what? As long as most people has been alive and experienced life at some period of time, you ran into something racial or racist or something has happened to you. Online is a hyperbolic chamber. You're lying because you know what? You would have charges. You know what? Your ass would be in jail for talking about you're lying. You're lying. The average person is nonviolent. The average person does not want that smoke. The average person wants to be safe. The average person will leave the situation. The average person just running their motherfucking mouth because people that are about that life, you know what they got? Motherfucking charges. You're lying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it just seems like it becomes so dehumanizing for a black person, and you get dehumanized twice now.
Right.
Like if you choose to share what happened to you, you get dehumanized by other black people too. Who are like, I would have I would have put on a Superman cape and stopped the bullets myself. Like, all right.
Yeah, you just yik yakking.
Exact. They just yik yakking. Exactly. Talking that talk.
Right.
University of Tennessee sideline reporter, 26 years old, is forced to resign after her N-word tweets resurfaced from when she was a teenager. But some fans are pushing for a replacement, like for her to come back and reinstatement. Casey Funderburg, who worked on the Vol network, has appeared on ESPN operated SEC network, has resigned. An athletic department spokesperson told Knox News. An official reason for resignation has not been revealed, but it comes days after old Twitter posts of her surfers from 2013 and 2014 in which she used the N-word. So she's 26 now. It's 2022. This is 2013, 2014. So it's about 7 to 8 years, about 8 or 9 years ago. All right.
Early 20s, maybe.
So that would
19.
make her 17, 18.
Oh, okay. So she was 17, 18. Okay.
I don't know if you know better. Old enough, you know. Anyway, she says, I'm called nigga more than once on a daily basis. That was in 2020. That was on the last day of Black History Month, 2014.
Not the last day, not on the 27th or 28th, depending on what year it was.
In 2013, she replied to somebody and said, you mean little nigga. 2014, she said, please don't let your nigga down, to Nate McGinnis. I'm surprised there's only 3 of them. Now part of it is because who does she work for? Tennessee? Yeah. So part of it is because Tennessee had this tweet that went viral, or they had a plan to do this thing called dark mode, where they were going to ask fans to dress in all black and paint their faces black as well.
Who thought this was a smart idea?
Now I have no idea. I don't think this is true.
Right. I was like, I could not see a
sounds like
doing that.
This dude is a troll who talks shit about the school of Tennessee. But of course it's Twitter, so it became enough for people to believe it,
right,
or to pile on or whatever. And it turns out that it's a fake account, and it's not real. So she had responded to this fake account. This is a fake account, and it's disgusting that this person thinks putting out a jokes like this is okay. Please don't believe everything you read on Twitter. And that was what got her out of here. She stood up to say this account is fake and y'all shouldn't be saying racist shit. And then people went and searched nigga and her Twitter handle.
That's what they do.
Black Twitter CSI said, oh, I'll take the case. And they hopped on the keyboards and they found what they was looking for. So yes, it's a resignation change.org petition is launched to bring her back. The petition has more than 1,000 signatures. But yeah, 0 to 100.
She resigned, right?
She did resign.
Okay, yeah. 0. She resigned. Yeah, she didn't fight or anything like that, and it's one of those things where she was like, all right, and just left. So it's one of those things where people go, you won, and they left, and them niggas still won't be satisfied. But, it's one of those things where when people do the shit that they want, they still won't let it go because it's quote unquote not enough. You actually, truth be told, the way some people talk online and on social media, it was like, oh, you just want them to die? Like, is the end result death? Because anything they do, anytime they come up, anything, you're constantly there with this ridiculous ass rage. It's like, well, they're not going to die, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
they're going to work again. They're not going to not have a job and not exist.
Yeah, for me, maybe like a 25. I'm not really that bothered by it, to be honest. I think this is kind of the internet age now, and these people that are coming of age in the internet, you ain't gonna be able to search, but like you're gonna find something. Like you either got to delete that shit, because I think this is such a random tangent, but it reminds me of when you watch, or when I watch with you. I don't know what y'all watch. It reminds me of when I'm watching like old porn, like old school, like the 90s or like the old shit. And I always think when you see like a porn star at that time, and maybe they did like a few films in California from like 1993 to 94 or something, those people had no concept and no way of knowing the internet was going to happen and be around forever. So like you could have been a person that just like fucked Ron Jeremy 3 times to get $5,000, and then you got the money for your, whatever, your down payment on your house, and you moved on with your life, and that was just like a thing you and maybe a handful of people really fucking knew about because you were just a nobody.
Right.
But now in 2022, people are like, what was her name? Baby girl. You click on the internet, the IMDb is like, here's every film she's been in. You go to Wikipedia, here's her real name and address. Like they could not have known. And it's, in a way, Twitter was kind of like that. It's hard to think of it any other way now, but when it started from like 2009 to 2015, it was somewhat of an insular thing. I still remember like known reputable people putting their titties on there and shit.
Yes, sir.
Like, oh, it's Freaky Friday. So she's like, here's my titties, here's my dick. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, well, that was cool. And then it became forever. And now it's different for these folks.
It's different. So that's why, we've been around Twitter long enough to see people revamp their account several times. We've been long enough where people just be like, I'm deleting every fucking tweet, and today is number one.
Yep. And I mean, you can't blame them because shit like this. Because
I don't remember what I did, so fuck it.
Because when the wrong time to think about deleting them tweets is when it's too late.
Right.
When we all know now you can't delete the tweets because everybody's sitting around like, she's gonna delete them tweets, right? You see what she said? That's how everybody treating it right now. So I don't know. Like I feel 25 fucked with, I guess. I mean, she was old enough to know better. I mean, I guess every age is technically old enough to know better when it's nigga. You know what I mean? And it wasn't the racist kind. Like, I hate niggers, like hard R's, her thinking she was being cool and edgy and funny as the whites were known to do in those ages. And so I'm not Dracarys or 100% fucked with, but I'm still a little fucked with, if I'm being honest. So yeah, she get that 25.
Yeah, and everybody had that energy until it's them on the Twitter jam screen, and then all of a sudden we've seen that too, where once they become on the screen, all of a sudden it's compassion, it's empathy, it's understanding.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times for a lot of those people, they stop that shit. Like they don't participate in it because when you're on the other side, and and a lot of times I can tell when people have never been on the other side, and because when you talk to them, it's just ridiculous the way they talk and the way they respond and shit like that. Is that pal on mentality. But until you've been the one piled on, you have no understanding how vicious it can be, how ugly it can be, and how nasty.
Well, people be understanding this shit until it's done. But the other thing too is I think everybody's done something to this. It's just some of us have a privilege of being like, we were this age when there just was no record.
Right.
We just got to do shit, and whether it be fucked up or not, it was like, yeah, there's no record of that shit.
Right. And this is why I am an advocate of telling these old ass niggas, don't act like y'all better than these children nowadays. Yeah. Do not act like you are better. Because if they had the internet when we was around, we would be doing the same fucked up shit that they are doing. We just had Polaroid cameras and cell phones that couldn't snap or record and shit. It don't mean we are no better.
Yeah, I definitely remember people saying and doing horrible shit when I was a kid. And it was just like, yeah, but what you gonna do? It's not like it's like it would be the equivalent of like the news coming out. Every time we did something fucked up, it's like, yeah, it's not gonna happen, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, the news isn't gonna show up if they catch me out here saying some shit. But this shit with the social media is the equivalent of like the news showing up. So you had that bad moment, and somebody just pull out the phone and TikTok your ass. You gonna be having a bad moment in front of the world, nigga.
Right. And human beings are not designed for that. We had the luxury of fucking up and fucking up when the world didn't know, because it used to be a time where, let's say you fucked up at a school that end up getting a bad reputation. You can literally just go to a school across town. But now that shit's online. So no matter where you go to school, people will pull you up and pull your name up. Like, it is a completely different. And that's why I have a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding for children. Yeah, there are some things where I go, it's not an excuse, but I also have an understanding that they live in a different age that we do, and I don't beat them down or bash them, act like our generation was better.
Yeah, definitely. Try to, I think we all could do a little bit of humility. That being said, yeah, this is what happens. She'll be all right. She like,
Oh yeah,
like,
she'll get another
like this.
job.
I ain't exactly disturbed. Like I don't feel like playing the world's smallest violin for her. I feel like a lot of people understand exactly what happened, and this is actually part of the cycle now too. It happens every time somebody. It's funny. She was standing up to say, "Hey, we wouldn't do some racist shit like this," and somebody disused her from 9 years ago.
Yes, they did.
Damn. You can't even try to be righteous. Like you can't even try to get right. It's like, but at one point in time, though, you have remember when you had said. All right, let's move on. Let's go into some guess the race. And then we'll wrap this thing up. There we go.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Bomb threat robber failed in post office raid after cashier couldn't read his demand note.
Oh, right, was that bad?
Apparently so.
Did it write in cursive for some shit?
Right. Did a bungled bomb threat robber failed in a raid on a post office after the cashier couldn't understand him or read his note demanding the money. Martin Travers' elaborate scheme fell apart when the cashier couldn't understand what he was saying. He passed the note over. They couldn't read the handwriting. Birmingham Crown Court heard Travers had gone into a post office in central Birmingham at around 4 p.m. July 6th, carrying a red shoebox and wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. He told the cashier to put the money in the box, but she did not understand what he was saying. He put a piece of paper on the counter. This is like what people that rob a bank would have a nightmare about. Like it's like the equivalent of like when you dream you didn't study for a test or you weren't wearing pants in school.
Everything went wrong in this robbery.
Yeah. Sir, what? I can't understand you. Put the monkeys on the bath. Give me a piece of paper. I'll write this down for you. Okay, what this says?
Sir, I didn't learn cursive. Like, what the hell is this?
I have a plum. What? I have a plum. Put the monkeys in the pig. What does this mean, sir?
What is this? Is this not cool? Sir, get out of here. You're tying up my line. There's 8 people behind you.
Sir, I don't have time for this today. Okay? What are you doing?
Stop it right now. This is stupid. This is absolutely ridiculous. Get out of here. We are adults, and this is ridiculous. Cut the crap.
The defendant then said you have 40 seconds, put the money in the box. Travers then said the woman had 20 seconds before she becoming frustrated, picked up the piece of paper and left. So he tried to, you got 40 seconds, put the money in the box. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got 20 seconds. Sir, I don't even know. Just give me my fucking note back then, damn bitch.
Get mad at them.
You
can't rob a bank in peace now.
Motherfucker can't even read. What kind of employment is this? Who's hiring these people?
He turned around, look at the cameras. All I was trying to do is rob the goddamn bank.
You don't know how to even get robbed right. The court heard the defendant then walked a short distance to a Bookies in Broad Street, where because of the mask he was wearing, the cashier had problems making out what he was saying to her. He put the demand note on the counter, but the wrong way up. So initially, all the victim saw was some phone numbers. She's like, hit in. She's like, 817. You want me to call these people? What you want?
I mean, this is South Carolina area code. We in North Carolina. I don't understand.
She then refused to hand over any cash to Travers, who still had the shoebox. Then he told her that there was something in the box that could go off. And she said, go off then. Now she
who's this Judge Pinky?
Right. Oh, I'm about to go off. It's gonna be 2 people going off in here.
Yeah.
He ran into a black woman that's just like 50 years old and fed up.
Right.
Well then, bitch, we both gonna go off. So go off then. No, I'm just saying, it could go off. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm about to. No, I'm saying it's like a bomb. Oh, I'm about to bomb your ass. I'm gonna explode too. The cashier.
I've had enough for the day too.
The cashier then made a 999 call, so this didn't happen in America.
Oh no, we don't do 999.
And Travers managed to snatch 15 pounds from the till before fleeing.
That's all.
Police had him on CCTV and arrested him. He was seen to throw the box in the bin, and then when it was later recovered, it was found to contain items that were made to look like a bomb, but were not.
You didn't even have no real bomb. He walked outside and threw that box. I am disgusted.
Right. I quit.
You know, he was like, my reaction is angry, sad, and disappointed when he left out of there. He did not know how to handle that.
He spent all that damn time working on a fake bomb.
Oh, the fake bomb.
I know he was concentrating like shit. Like, oh man, I need some wires.
You know,
let me get an old alarm clock from Goodwill.
Baby, I bet you playing. I think your story is true. He woke up like a kid on the first day of school. He had that shit all mapped out. He rocked in there. He didn't talk loud enough. He put the note. He had the note on the wrong side. He just fucked this whole plan up.
In a passing sentence, Judge Andrew Smith said the defendant had made great efforts to make the device look like a bomb, and they had been hoping for a significant reward. Karen, guess the race.
What was that name?
His name is Martin Travers.
White.
Karen's going white. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. White says Jane. I'll tell you what, Boomhauer. I ain't going with the bomb, man. Didn't look like Ryan Coogler white.
Oh no.
His N95 mask was upside down white, black, white. In Rod's voice, this is a Floyd white, black, white. All the missing teeth makes it hard to understand white bread, white sheen. The correct answer is he is white. Oops. Like, how you fucked that up, man? You should have printed the note out at home, I guess.
Right.
What if they all read the note, but they just knew he was a bitch? They was like, sir, I can't read this. Can you just move to the next person in line?
Right.
He's like, I'm gonna blow this place up. Next, who's after him? Now serving number 74.
Sir, blow it up all you want to. I'm behind plexiglass. Right.
I wish you would blow this motherfucker up. I hate coming here every day.
Right, I'm tired of this place too.
Only people that can't work remote in the goddamn pandemic. Go ahead and blow this shit up. Do us all a favor.
So I ain't got to come in this bitch tomorrow.
Right. Oh, I threatened to blow this shit up several times a day, to be honest with you. Oklahoma man nabbed for selling fake Pokemon cards on Craigslist.
Go to the jail.
Yeah, they take this shit serious, I guess.
Yes, you can't be doing fake Pokemon cards.
Michael McCoy is facing 4 counts of false pretense under $1,000.
McCoy paid a lot of money for them cards.
I just feel bad for him because he probably just wanted to be the very best.
Come on, above the rest.
Like no one ever was. You know, he's probably just trying to catch them all.
That's all he was trying to do.
He allegedly scammed hopefuls in several states out of $12,000 before. $12,000, damn! What? Oh my god! I got out the Pokemon game too fast.
Yeah, that's what it's
my heart.
It's a lot of money, and people cough up a lot of money.
They getting it like this in the Pokemon game. Oh, why didn't y'all tell me?
Yeah, there's a lot of times people do them like baseball cards and certain editions and collections and shit like that. Yeah,
he was nabbed during a trip to the post office to mail the cards. Residents of several states, and so now it's federal. Arizona, Colorado, Ohio, and Texas fell victim. So now you got the federal mail shit and cross state lines and commerce and shit.
And you know what? I guarantee you, he had all that shit, and then some nerd got that shit and was fucking furious. I'm going to call the FBI on your ass.
I am going to the FBI.
Yeah, you know, they took that car, had that shit appraised, and they was like, this ain't real.
This isn't a Charizard.
Yes, you know, he got that thing. It was like, you told me this was a Charizard first edition limited collection. This is a goddamn Pikachu. Where's the FBI?
You said this is a Mewtwo first edition.
No, they was pissed.
But yeah, so tipster from Hawaii who paid McCoy $3,000 for one of the cards reached out to Tulsa authorities, who then worked alongside the Nintendo Corporation to verify the counterfeit status of the items. Not Nintendo getting involved. Now I will say this: Nintendo litigious as shit. They don't play. So I'm sure they was like,
They're like, you giving us a bad name. That's what you ain't gonna do.
Yep. I was like, your ass about to be up there with Team Rocket.
Come on. You're gonna be blasting off again.
The individual worked in a tandem with authorities to trick the accused con artist into selling yet another would-be Pokemon card, leading to his detention. So they set up a sting on this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Pokemon, go your ass to jail.
Yeah, they was like,
do not pass Pokemon Go. All right, Karen, guess the race of Mr. Michael McCoy.
White.
Karen's going white. Let's check the chat room and see what they say.
Yeah, they was out there brawling over them cars. They had to stop certain like editions because adults is out there fist fighting and shooting.
Pokemon enslaver white, the whitest scammer. Says Ramsey D. Never met a black McCoy white. LaShawn McCoy played running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. White, Crackermon white. Oh, Pico white. Everyone said white. The correct answer is white. Man, how funny would it have been if it was a picture of Ash Ketchum? That would have been good.
Oh, that cap!
If he was wearing Ash Ketchum hat and shit.
That nigga gotta be 25 years old. He still look like he's 12.
Still ain't won a damn tournament.
Right? He still ain't the champion.
Like, nigga, when you gonna fucking mature your Pokemon?
Right?
Pikachu can't be a little baby forever. All right. Well, Karen, so far you are 2 for 2.
Woohoo!
So let's go to the bonus round.
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get the race.
Gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey king, baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
All right. A Detroit rapper is on the run after being charged in a $5 million fraud scheme. Detroit, home of the scammers. After being charged in a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme, a popular Detroit rapper is on the run. Samira Morel, popularly known as Cream Morel, and fellow rapper Noel Brown make up the rap group Deuces Wild. Well, it do sound like they was wild. However, the feds say these women were making their riches by defrauding the IRS.
I do not know why people think you can go after the government. You just can't.
You got to seduce and scheme, Karen. It happens. They defrauded them with an elaborate tax fraud scheme, brought in over $5 million. Both women were arrested last year after filing multiple fraudulent tax returns for estates and trusts set up under businesses filed between 2013 and 2017. Additionally, the women fraudulently submitted tax returns for trusts while assuming the identities of others without their knowledge.
Shit.
In July 2021, the duo was charged with aggravated identity theft, false claims, and conspiracy. They were released on bond as the case moved forward. However, following Morel's disappearance, her bond was revoked. The last time she communicated with the court was July 25th, 2022. She has even missed multiple appointments with her own attorney. On September 25th, she made contact with pretrial services. On September 28th, pretrial services called her back but did not speak to her. Text messages also went unanswered. Authorities tried to track her down October 7th at a wig shop she claimed to work at. Once they arrived, they quickly realized there was no business operating at that business address. Ooh, scammers never die. Ooh. They never stop scamming, okay? If a shark stops swimming, it'll drown.
Apparently so.
The owner of a building told officials that a person would come to the store every 2 months, but no wig shop was operating in that space. Pretrial services eventually spoke with her attorney, who told them that she'd come in on October 19th. She did not show up for that appointment. Then 6 days later, pretrial services turned up at her home, but an unknown man answered the door and wouldn't provide information regarding her whereabouts. Brown remains free awaiting trial as of now. Investigators are seeking information about Morel's whereabouts. Guess the race.
Oh, black.
Cameron's going black.
Oh, wait a minute. It didn't allow me to post it. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It happens. You know what I mean? So yeah. Not the I guess she was snatching wigs. Not really though.
So.
Let's see. Wig shop, multiple business entities, aka LLC, Twitter. These are Black, Thelma, and Louise. Phaedra Parks is their attorney. Black.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna have to defend them in an observed point because they are fellow Black women. That's Cass. Okay, you know that's if they Black, that's what you have to do. Black chicken dog wigs. Black what? Detroit 80% 8 Mile. Black salt, pepper and pepper with no Spinderella. Black scammers, lemon pepper flats, Black city girls, light Black. The correct answer is Black. I don't think anybody missed any of them today. Good job, everybody. Way to be racist. You racist pieces of shit. Look at y'all being all racist.
Yeah, one of them is like, I'm not trying to dig my hole in the deep, but the other one like, y'all gonna have to come get me.
I'm gonna need to hear the songs. Okay.
I bet you they were flying.
I need to hear Deuces Wild on the track. Okay. I mean, was it hot fire or what? You know?
Was it right? You know their hair was on point. They got wig shops, so you know that somebody had some weave somewhere.
I'm on Spotify trying to search.
I'm gonna say, do they even exist? That might be a scam.
Deuce. Yeah, right. It might not even
right. Because somebody
Deuces Wild, Link Ray, and his Raymond. That's not. Let's see. Artist
spelled a different way or a unique way.
There's Deuces Wild with an exclamation point, and then the next person is Killer Mike.
No, Deuces Wild with a Z.
Nah, it's spelled the right way. Yeah, I don't know. know.
The whole thing might have been a scam.
Who knows? Yeah, they might not never had a group.
like somebody said, Ghost Music.
Right. They could have been. They could have been making that shit up. Yeah. It came in a Target bag, you know.
It came in a Target bag.
Yeah. Maybe if I search the rapper name Cream Morel, maybe that'll come up. All right, I'm gonna search this Cream Morel, and that's the last thing, and then we'll go to. Nope, that's not on Spotify either. So I don't know. Maybe this is all made up.
Made up.
They never gonna find this. Some Kaiser Sose shit.
So that you couldn't even find it when you just Googled it?
No. Oh, when I Google, I probably only this article gonna come up.
It probably is.
Cream Morel. Yeah, it just.
Oh, right. It probably not gonna link you to it. Yeah. So I don't even think their music even exists.
Yeah, every video is just the news talking about it.
Yeah.
So
they scammers to the heart. They were like, we gonna scam everything.
Oh man!
What is that thing? They went to the glamour shots, got glamoured up, took them pictures. Like, we got a group, girl.
Yeah. So it's just links to people talking about it on YouTube, but it's no real. Oh wait, here it is. Reverb Nation says, "Here's a link to all their songs," and it's R&B from Southfield, Michigan. So maybe this is them. This look like them.
It do look like them.
Truckload featuring Swag Dad. Let's see what this sound like. Oh, okay.
Money by the truckload. I get money by the truckload. Money by the truckload.
I can
rock that.
All I'm saying is gonna be kind of hard for them in the court.
Yeah,
because they're gonna be like Exhibit A. That is the government's Money by the Truckload.
Money by the Truckload. I mean, you have a song called Cash. You got a song called Money by the Truckload.
Jacking season, jacking the government.
Jacking that money.
Yeah. Okay. It's jacking season. Deuces. Let's get them lit. Wow. Jack your man. Jack your man. You better jack your man. Jack your man. Jack this house and jack this season. Jack this season. Jack your man.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, it's some great workout music. You be tired of shit.
I guess you can jack somebody. I guess it's easy to jack somebody's man if you got all the money. I mean, they gonna go with you. Where would they go? You know,
Come
can't
on.
blame them. So, all right, well, good for
Well, that
them.
music go hard as shit.
Yeah, I mean, they could pay for the production because you know
The government's money.
it wasn't their money. It's like mustard on the beat. How will you afford DJ? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. What's the next track? If you're on Metro, don't try to. Y'all got Metro. Don't.
How can you
Metro
afford
Boomin.
that?
Yeah, Metro Boomin know what's up. He know what's up. All right, last thing.
That shit go hard too for none of these scammers.
I love to see it. You know. Last thing, of course, is sword ratchetness. Trap your man.
I'm trying to tell you, you run to work out, boy. You'll tire yourself out trying to keep up with that beat. You listening to the song, they be like Exhibit A. And we robbing the government, and we taking the money, and we got these business. My wig shop don't exist. Ma'am. What?
Right.
They was like, you can't do this.
Police. Oregon man accused of killing his mother with a sword and a knife.
Oh,
what? A sword and a knife.
Oh, two times.
I guess you absolutely want to make sure you got that murder done.
2 things, 2 stabs.
Oh, this is a video, but I don't even think it's a video of the like with any footage. It's just them showing a knife. Well, eject this one.
Okay.
Obviously, this is terrible, but
yes.
All right, let's go to a different one. Man in Tulsa, Oklahoma, arrested after attack on cathedral attendant with a sword and attempt to set the church on fire.
Oh, so I'm just coming to service and you get stabbed.
What did God do to you?
Mm-hmm.
He was out here on
a mission.
I don't fuck with church
at all, apparently.
He's like, listen, I'm an atheist and I'm hardcore about my shit. Okay. Y'all fuck around with these churches if y'all want to.
Y'all go fuck around and find out.
Yeah, and the cathedral worker, I mean, they probably was just doing it was a Wednesday, so you know, they was just probably there for like, you know, because they was one of them hardcore people that love church.
Apparently they wanted to smoke.
Yep.
They tried to start the smoke.
This news article isn't even related to it. It was Elon Musk.
Oh, I hate when they do that shit too.
A man was arrested after allegedly attacking a worker at a cathedral in Oklahoma with a sword after the suspect, identified as Daniel Edwards, tried and failed to set the cathedral on fire. He fled and was later arrested while making threats of detonating a bomb at a local store. A lot of bombs in the news. Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin reported TPD officers responded to a downtown church building at approximately 4 p.m. after a man attacked an employee of the building with a sword, lit incendiary devices, and attempted to set the building ablaze.
Well, damn.
I guess this is the suspect, Daniel Edwards. He was charged. They expect him to be charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to do bodily harm and possession of an unregistered destructive device. There were children at the location, all of which were unharmed. We apprehended the man shortly afterwards. He caused a disturbance in the store by threatening to detonate the device. So he's just gonna bomb anywhere. It wasn't just a church. He was like, anywhere I go tonight,
gonna get this bomb.
Dollar store, you can get it next.
Yes.
So yeah, he was cut in the scuffle. The cathedral worker Ron Knotson. Edwards then approached the church, attempted to enter through the main doors before realizing the doors were locked. That's right. The doors of the church were not open. You got to go to the sermon and find out when.
Right.
And proceeded around the side of the cathedral, according to police. He then allegedly attempted to light an object on fire, tossing it into the building, causing minor fire damage. At the time of the initial incident, children from the Catholic school next door were taking photos in front of the cathedral. The students were swiftly brought inside and placed on lockdown.
Oh, so they're out there. Come on, kids. Let's gather around, take the pictures. What is that? What are you looking to the left going? What is happening?
Edwards was arrested an hour and a half later after the incident, having suffered minor injuries in the scuffle. So that just tells you everything right there. He was white. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're going to probably take off. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate y'all. Until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.